Hello, kings. Today, I must confess my sins. I've done a great wrong, and I think I've come up with a tool to keep myself accountable for my wrongdoings, and that's posting them on the internet so people can ridicule me on them. So, I've done a grave wrong yesterday, and I wasted an hour and a half of time watching YouTube when I could have been recording videos or studying. And I'm very proud of this. I know he's asking why are you proud of doing wrong? I'm proud that I genuinely feel discontent and hurt by wasting an hour and a half of time when in the past I've wasted over 8 hours a day, often, on TikTok, Hulu, YouTube. And when you get to the point where you feel when you feel bad for wasting over an hour of time a day, and you're thinking and you feel bad for, like, you could have done a little thing there, you could have done the little things, when you genuinely feel bad about those things and think you could have done something more, you're in a good spot, to be honest. And this is a saying. I'm not sure where I heard it, but I use it a lot. The weak man constantly fears he's doing too much. He's doing too much. The strong man constantly fears he's doing too little. And what I've noticed is a lot of men on self-improvement that I know, a lot of very well-accomplished men that are doing a lot, they fear that they're doing too little. They're constantly afraid that they're lacking, that they're being undisciplined. And I think that's very powerful, because your mind, you've gotten to where you value your time so much more than you used to. And I feel like that's a place that we all need to get to, and I feel like there's a very good milestone for every man's self-improvement journey, to where he gets to a point where he's concerned about losing as much time as an hour a day. Like, I feel like that's a very good point, and I'm very proud of that because I've gotten to that point. But yesterday, I had my computer out. I was watching a John Jones philosophy video, and I ended up watching UFC fights for an hour and a half, when I could have been folding my laundry, doing some schoolwork, doing some studying, and I'm sorry. That is not a very good way for me to represent the self-improvement community, and I did it wrong, and I'm going to try to be better. As a leader, I believe it's good to keep yourself accountable. And I feel like there's a lot of leaders, and they tend to conceal their wrongdoings. They tend to conceal their faults. But I feel like as leaders, as men, it's important for other people to see our downfalls. Because coming up, when I first started my self-improvement journey, and just in life in general, you see a lot of leaders, and you're like, man, like they could have never done a wrong. Or, you know, they were always perfect. They were born with this strength, this mental callus. They were born with that strength. But really, a man that kind of helped me to get through that is a guy like David Goggins, because he's so clear and he's so bold with the way he talks about his past, when he was a failure, when he was he's so honest when he talks about when he was weak and when he was at a low point in his life. And there's pictures of it too. He has evidence. You know, there's pure evidence. And now, a lot of people will say without a shadow of doubt he's the toughest man on this planet. And I wouldn't argue it. There's a very good chance of that. And he wasn't born that way. The guy was almost 300 pounds. You can see pictures of it. But now he's running 100-mile marathons. Can you imagine running 100 miles? Like, that's a long freaking ways. Like, I'm not running 100 miles anytime soon. And I feel like it's important to keep yourself accountable by letting your faults be known. And I'm not saying to go out and proclaim your faults, tell everybody every little detail that you've done wrong in your life. But I do feel like it's important that you let people know that, hey, I've been in your spot. You know, I've been in the same place you're at right now. You know, I haven't always been perfect. I haven't always been skilled. I haven't always been disciplined. And I feel like our failures and our shortcomings is just as much a part of our story and our self-improvement journey as the success. Our failures and our shortcomings are just as much a part of the story, our life story, as our successes and our achievements. You know, because we wouldn't have those successes and those achievements without the failures and the shortcomings. You know? And so, it's a part of your story. Don't be ashamed of it. So, share it, you know? Let other people know that, you know, no one's perfect, you know? Nobody's perfect except for the one true living God. And so, keep yourself accountable and don't lie to anyone and tell them you're perfect. Make sure people know, and especially for the more developed people in the self-improvement journey, don't give people the false conception that you've been perfect all your life, because you know you weren't, but they might not know that. And so, keep yourselves accountable, and I'm rooting for you, Kings.